Hello everybody, welcome to episode 1 of Mearth. This is a new planet that me and a friend of mine have been doing for quite some time.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
we thought to show it.
My name is a friend of mine, and I am a co-creator of a little world called Mearth.
Now, since you folk don't know much about Mearth, we're going to show you a few different maps, as the intelligent race of this planet isn't that good at map making, as you find out later on.
Yeah.
And originally, this wasn't what we were planning, but because someone
Oops.
did something stupid while drawing, it sort of changed the map, and we sort of just went, it was a happy accident, and made it so that it was actually the maps of the Homo keys. Now, the Homo keys are an intelligent race of apes, well, ape-like creatures, that have evolved in an alternate timeline sort of thing. And
It kind of switches between alternate timeline, different planet a lot.
yeah, so this is a different planet, but it also sort of works as an alternate timeline in a way. So this planet is far away from our solar system. And because of this, obviously, a meteorite would never hit the planet. And up to the its equivalent of the Cretaceous era, everything that had evolved onto Earth evolved on this planet. And so nothing really changes. But because they're in a different part of a solar system, they don't get hit by a meteorite, meaning their dinosaurs don't go extinct.
And neither the little rodents.
Now, in the second map, you can see just how incorrectly the Homo keys have theorized these planets.
Oops. My bad.
This time period is roughly 66 million years ago, so not too long after our dinosaurs went extinct. This is during the EE time period, known as the earthquake era, as all the continents are separating from Pangea. And it is just created by the Homo keys. So this is the first documenter. This is me, Mr. Frox. And this was a very outdated drawing. So later on, when we do another episode of Mearth, you may see us show you a new version of what we look like.
Yeah.
And the language has changed more, so my name would no longer be Hee-Ha.
Yeah.
And
That is me too. Yeah. Also very, very outdated. A little bit less outdated than
Mr. Frox.
so is the name, and this is the closest you're ever getting to a face reveal.
Oh yeah. This is what we look like in real life, guys. He is a monkey, and I am too, clearly. His name is Haha, and he's got sort of like armor and stuff. I don't know, you describe it.
Yeah, it's turtle shell armor with some leather straps,
Oh,
like
yeah.
belts and stuff. It's pretty cool.
So later on we will describe why this turtle shell armor has occurred. And a few other things. But now on to the first species that technically evolved in our timeline, but will become the predecessor of all mammalian species in this timeline, known as the Aegialodon. Now, my picture of it has a small little description saying that this small tick-eating rodent loves to find small bodies of water and a lack of predators. It does this so it can gain more body awareness than most small animals. It's also due to high amounts of ticks in these water-like habitats that they stay around the little lakes. Now, they aren't the most intelligent things, but they're getting there.
Right, mine is a little bit chunkier. As you can see, he's a little bit angrier too. It reads, the Aegialodon is a small rodent-like mammal found in the early late Cretaceous. This particular specimen is on the thicker side of the Aegialodon. I can't read. and the fiercer. They also are one of the most adaptive mammals around at the time, surviving earthquakes, volcanoes, and smoke covering the entire world.
And yeah, so over time, these two different subspecies of Aegialodon split off into different biomes. The much chunkier Aegialodon, as you can see here, starts to adapt to the forests, and the smaller Aegialodon, that seems to like lakes a lot more, starts going towards the beaches and becomes the Alodon. And unlike its tundral counterpart, this beach-dwelling rodent has evolved flexible digits on all four limbs. For mating displays, the female Alodon will pick the male with the bluest bumps, largest teeth, and the best climbing skills. This, surprisingly, will actually help them to evolve into a more monkey, apish-like evolution, but that'll be discovered later on.
This is mine. As you can see, it lives more in the deeper forest, and it's a little bit thicker, just like the Aegialodon before it, and a little bit fluffier. It reads, the Aegialodon is very similar to its cousin, the Alodon, is very similar to its cousin, the Aegialodon, except one key detail, the large bluish purple lumps coming out of the side of its muzzle. These lumps are used for display and mating. This individual is a mum with her 4-week-old baby. They eat beetles and small berries. This will become think the wolves and the bears of Mearth.
Whereas the other genus will eventually become our sapient species. And that is the end of the video. Now, I'd like to thank you all for coming along, and in the comments, if you actually listened this far, I'd like you to type down one of the 3 names for planets that I mention next. The first one that is mentioned will be the video that I do next. So your options are Birkin, Nabucco, or we can go back to Dustaria. It's up to you folks to decide, and until next time, bye-bye.